And welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is an exciting one about colorful figures together. Okay, I just want to show you, remember that we started a few videos ago about doing a single subject, the carrot people. We practiced that, it was fun using colors, and then we went into the Rembrandt lighting, dark against light, dark against light. You've seen all that stuff, but now we're going to get into color. And the whole thing about this is that one person, it's a different kind of a story, but you put two people together or three people together, now we got a real fun story. It's uplifting, it's upbeat, it's real positive. So we have two people here, still part of that Rembrandt lighting. Still some more, playing around with my color wheel. And here's the story. Obviously, two clowns juggling. There's a story there, not a big story, but a story at least. Here we have the three operatic singers, still working on that Rembrandt lighting, but now we have color. This is one of my top favorite ones. This is called Flower Shop Girl. Now, obviously, he's in to buy some flowers, but I think he likes her a little bit more than that. So again, still the Rembrandt lighting, and this is monochromatic. My next step would be adding color. We'll do that a little bit later on the other ones. Here, oh, I love these two here. See the two figures in here? This is kind of like date night. You know, they're dancing and they're having that good time. This is still date night. Two and one guy. Well, there's a story and you get to make up the story. I don't tell the complete story. That's the thing that I really like about doing this. Give the viewer a lot of fodder to look at and have them make it up themselves. Don't give them all the pieces of information. That's what I like about this stuff. See, I'm ready to get started. Let's go. And this is how I start my figures. Monochromatic, black and white plus one color over the entire painting. Then whether I use the standard color wheel or my Goof-Proof Color Wheel, that would be the next part. So here's the beginning, using lots of energy, black against white, monochromatic, scraping and scratching and having a great time, even at this level. Here we have a circus bunch of clowns running around, upside down, still monochromatic, dark, light, dark, light. This one here is a quarter, no, actually this is a half sheet. So I started it, again, the face is the most important focal point here, and everything else is kind of soft. But we have this figure, but wait, we need to add the next figure. Let's get started. Here I go. So I'm using 300-pound watercolor paper, and on one side, I put the tone over the overall value. It's usually an orange or a red, some warm tone. So I've already started this one. And of course, you see me do the dark to light and dark to light this way in other videos. So I need to add that other figure. Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna go right to the focal point. I'm using white. I just had the basic blue, yellow, and red, and white, and some black. So I'm gonna put the two together. So there's a relationship here. There's the beginning. I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow, a little bit of this opera. Get close to some color in here, and a whole lot of white. The white makes it opaque. So, oh yeah, this is gonna be all right. I'm gonna give her a little personality. Put her hip way out here. Yeah, that's nice. And her other hand may be coming down front. There we go, a little dark. Oh yeah, she's holding hands. Maybe. Oh, I want to put his arm behind her. That's better. That's better. There we go. Oh yeah, much better. And, oh, I like the angle coming over here. And we'll make it a little darker in here. They're getting ready to go out on a date. How nice. Taking advantage of being able to get outside again. Oh, I like this. Wearing a tight little skirt. Cool. Again, I don't like to give the viewer all the pieces of information. And this wants to be more white, I think. Yeah. Whoa. Making it more of a neutral tone here. I kind of like that. Let's give it a little more of a hip. Here we go. Waistline. There we go. Oh, yeah. The other thing is to not stand so close to your artwork. You know, you'll start to tickle it to death. I like to paint from arm's length away, standing up. Oh. We have her putting her hand in him now. Whoa. I like telling these stories as I paint along. It starts to paint itself and tell its own stories. It's crazy, isn't it? I'm going to give her some color up in here. You really emphasize her. She's the main person now. Now. But I had a woman here. I'm going to change it. Just because I can. There we go. Oh, even better. When I first started out, this was a single woman. I didn't want to make it a single woman. I like to change my mind, too. I like to say anybody who doesn't change their mind doesn't have one. Okay, we're going to come down into here. Make the legs more like that. Making it as dramatic as I could. And change this color up into here. I'm just basically wanting to see what's going to happen. I always like to paint that way. Very exploratory. Oh yeah. I'll make her shoulders a little more narrow. There we go. Give her a long neck. I usually spend a little bit more time on these, but since these are just quick little videos, here we go, making her the lady now. There we go. And paint everywhere. More water. And her arm is not there anymore. Rid of that. And for a focal point, let's make her a redhead. Or a cool hat. I'm going to boutonniere for him. Now, you know there are a couple now. And I want to also start putting in the shadow. It helps to anchor them. The shadow's coming down here. Here's their shadow. They're dancing. So their feet aren't quite hitting the floor. And come back into here again. He's got his dancing shoes on. And there's a lot of action going on in here. They're clubbing. That's the word. But what I'm still working on, notice it's still dark light. It's that whole Rembrandt thing that I love to do so much. Give him their shoulders. There we go. And back down in here. Just moving water around. I'm going to make his arm a little smaller. Just grabbing too much attention to itself. Well, there you are at this point. I love doing this where they're dancing and they're not just straight up and down carrot people like you've seen me do before. I like to add a little bit more energy into the painting, more water. And this is where I like to come in with a paper towel and just start wiping away. You know, just because you put it down doesn't mean it has to stay there. Yeah, I like where this is all going. Coming together. And just one more little spot, maybe in here. to really add to the drama of this. More contrast, right? Bring it over in here. Give him some skinnier legs. Put some air underneath his feet so it looks like he's really dancing. Put his foot out straight like a ballerina. Her foot's coming down in here. Again, just indication. Don't give the viewer all the pieces of information. You get the point, everybody. And I let some of that monochromatic color come through. That's what I think gives that je ne sais quoi. I like all that. So we have the yellow and the orange underneath there. So it's not a long demo, but long enough for you to get the idea. Two people, now it tells a story. Bring some of her lightness in here, more contrast. There we go. I don't like that idea anymore. Give him a broader shoulder. And keep it real painterly. I'm pretty much finished for this demo. Two people, tells a story. And there's so many other things I can go from here. Give her more of a white face. There we go. The focal point. It'll be the part that has the most contrast. In this particular piece, it's the part that has the most contrast. It'll be the focal point. It can also be a color. I'm just keeping it pretty simple at this point. But there you have it. Colorful, abstract figures, dark to light, Rembrandt lighting, and now we have a story. We can add a third person. Whoa, what a story that would be. Thanks again for watching this. I hope you enjoyed this and it helps you in your next painting of doing abstract figures that are colorful and with a story behind it. I'll see you on the next BobBlast. Thanks for watching.